Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6 in our Iron Curtain. Almost said for Queen and Country. Iron Curtain series. So we just finished up research on what now? I don't remember. Oh yeah, combined arms. So we are moving towards the ability to nuke people, which is probably going to be important for actually winning this game. But on top of that, we also could probably do with advanced flight. Should I move towards everything? Alright, we've already got robotics. We went way down the tree for that one. If I went for nuclear fusion, that would be 4 turns, no less. Advanced ballistics would be next. So, yeah, we're going to go with that. So we can move as rapidly as possible through nuclear device building, the Manhattan Project, also the Operation Ivy, and thermonuclear devices, but the Mars reactor is what I'm going for there. In addition to being closer to the Mars hydroponics, but we also, to get that, we got a ways to go before we can research all the final projects. But we do have access to the Earth Satellite Project, which means as soon as I think this military academy is done, we're going to start building our first spaceport and get ready to send that up. All right, so we also have to choose our civic. The Sydney Opera House would be amazing for catching up culture-wise. Also, the extra tourism for great works of art and artifacts would also be handy. So let's look into doing that in order to help catch up in culture. Probably a good thing. Okay, this trader needs orders. Let's go ahead and give them a lucrative trade route, as in money. That's been a running theme. Hong Kong sounds like a good idea. Extra production and gold. And let's go to the next turn. So we are generally trying to stay ahead of... Oh, wait. I was talking, Gandhi. This is rude. So you want some of my uranium. I already have 2. That's good. He wants a joint war. You're going to give me... You know, I could use the... Oh, cool. Alright, that's much better. In that case, I will definitely still propose that. So I just removed everything from my side of the deal, except for the pearls, which I have more than enough to trade. He's still going to give me extra gold per turn, and he's going to give me an extra luxury resource. So, speaking of that, I do need to be better about trading. Let's see if there's any other luxury resources, since I have such good relationships with everyone right now. Let's see if there's other luxury resources that I can trade in order to alleviate my amenity problem that I've been bitching about forever. So, let's see, make deal. What do you have? I'm pretty sure I've already got wine. Right? I'm pretty sure I do. Let's have a look. Resources. Wine? Oh wait, no. It'll tell me right down here. Yes, I do have wine. Actually, according to this, I have 2, which means I might just have some in my territory that I forgot about. Do I have wine that I just... I'm pretty sure I've been trading for wine for the entire series, so that would be a surprise to me. But maybe I'm trading for 2 different wine. I don't see any. There's silver there. We've improved that. Huh, interesting. We've got a couple of campuses building, and that's going to be good for science. I'm looking forward to that. But, alright, so that answers the wine question. And that was pretty much all I could get from Frederick, right? Yeah, I've already got elephants, so never mind. Gandhi, what have you got for me? The silk. That's a possibility. Whereas Saladin has... Let's just go through one at a time. Saladin has diamonds. Definite possibility. Pedro has coffee and tobacco. And Peter's probably not going to trade with me. Now let's take another look at our resources. Alright, I do appear to have diamonds at the moment. I don't have coffee, and I don't have silk. So let's try and get deals set up for those. What the hell am I doing? Oh yeah, there we go. No, wait, no. No! Crap! My brain just stopped working. Alright, Pedro. No, Gandhi. There we go. Yeah, the order, it wasn't the same on the top of the screen as it is here, so it's throwing me off. Anyway, yeah, silk. What would it take? Oh. Oh, Jesus. You're not willing to do anything for that? Yes, you are. You're a rotten liar. You are willing. All I have to do is throw in a few things. Okay, hang on. Okay, I've got pearls. Let's trade those. We've got iron. A lump sum of gold. Extra niter. Okay, so he does like the niter. This would take away my ability to train units for a bit, though, while this was going. So I don't know that I like that idea. You are a rotten liar. Why don't I have gold per turn as an option? That's another weird thing. Okay, I'm going to avoid that trade deal for a second. I already have diamonds, but Pedro, I believe, had coffee. So let's see if we can go ahead and get coffee from Pedro. What would it take? You are a liar. That's exactly... Okay, cool. He wants pearls for it. Accept deal. Okay. That will help a very little bit with our amenities problem. Not a lot, but a little. All right, Brisbane, what do you need? You need a spaceport, honestly. But we could also build a zoo, and that would also help with our amenity problems. This would extend to each city center within 6 tiles, and the entertainment complex is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it would affect Canberra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would affect Adelaide. So this zoo would fix amenity problems on our home continent, on Australia itself. Sounds like a damn good idea. Naturalist also sounds like a good idea, but we need a zoo first. Let's fix those amenity problems, damn it. We're 1 turn away from our military academy in Canberra, and then magic's going to happen. All right, now we've got a new spy here. Let's see if there are any... You know what? We need to go ahead and put you in Porto Alegre. So you're going to go there, and then in a few turns, we're going to confirm some stuff. And we're going to see about sabotaging that thing. Because that is a problem. But we noticed it earlier that we did in 8 Ages of Rome, so we should be able to stay on top of it and keep it wrecked. Which is always fun. Alright, now Canberra is done and done. Only 35 turns to build a spaceport. That's how awesome my production is in Canberra at the moment. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And then where should it go? These are all Outback Station tiles, so I need to pick one that's going to affect production least. These are both really productive food tiles. Probably one of these. No, this one, actually. Yeah, actually, yeah, okay, cool. It's showing me the gears, it's showing me the yields and these yields are coming from the bonuses. For a second I was thinking, you know, the adjacency-related bonuses won't show on the tiles, but they do, they totally do. You can see that these are really productive tiles that would normally just be desert tiles, and those bonuses are coming from the Outback Station. So if I put it here, these two will go down and I'll lose this production, like, completely, but let's do that. Minimum production loss. All right, 29 turns. So yeah, as you can see, it definitely changed things. All right, so we're Suzerain of Buenos Aires. I want to make sure at a Barry Kripke moment there. We definitely could use the extra science. We're not in contact with any culture stage, which is weird. Toronto. What's your Suzerain bonus? Ooh, regional effects from your industrial zone and entertainment complex districts reach 3 tiles farther. Huh. That's good to know. What about Hattusa? Yeah, that's the best one. Let's go for Hattusa. Try and become suzerain of them. I think we just did, as a matter of fact. Let's have another look. Yep, we're now suzerain. So now we have 1 of each strategic resource, not luxury resource, so it doesn't help with amenities, but strategic resource that we do not already own. In one fell swoop, we got it. We're getting a good number of envoys per turn now. Our builder in Adelaide is almost done. And we desperately need to go out and build some stuff around Wagga Wagga so that it can build faster. Because this city has no production. It's sad. We can build an Outback Station on that tile, and that'll help. But yeah, it's pretty rough. 11 turns till the zoo is done in Brisbane. Notice we don't have amenity problems anymore in our main cities. I don't think we do at all, in fact. Oh, that's awesome. This is a first for the series, or at least for a long time. We have no amenity issues in any of our cities, and cities are growing at a normal rate. That is wonderful news. Okay, our builder is done here. Military Academy or power plants? Military Academy. The extra housing would probably be best, and the extra science. Yeah, let's go for the Military Academy first. We're just going to keep going for that production as much as possible. Meanwhile, this builder... There are several food tiles near Canberra. There's also extra iron for more production. But Canberra's production is coming from everything on land. So what would be the best thing to do? Let's take a look at where these citizens are working, shall we? Yeah, they're all in production tiles because I've got Canberra on production focus. So they're not likely to come over here and start working unless Canberra were to grow. Yeah, that's not going to happen. They're going to try and stay here. Oh, cool. In 4 turns, that tile's actually going to fill in. That's good to know. Okay, that answers my question. I don't need... There's not much reason for me to improve those fish. So yes, I'm going to stick to the plan, and we're going to send you out to Wagga Wagga. See if we can get an outback station on that tile. Now, the issue, though, is when is that tile... No! We need that tile, not that tile, you stupid game. All right. Oh, man. See, that's really, really expensive. So it's actually going to be a while before we can purchase that. And none of the tiles in the area are production tiles. If I built an outback station there, then we would have a production type situation. But yeah, as was pointed out by a commenter, and I kind of knew this, the reality hadn't really sunk in. You know, single tile ocean cities in Civ 6 are not so fun. Not as much as they were in Civ 5. This is definitely the case. Alright, so we're 2 turns away from an amphitheater in Melbourne. The best thing about the amenity problem going away... Oh, and 1 turn away from one in Sydney. Nice. The best thing about the amenity problem having gone away is we are going to have a little bit easier time growing our cities. We could purchase a naturalist straight up using faith. But you know what else we could do using faith? Great people. We're making good progress towards a great artist. That's good news. Everyone else is ahead of us in competition for great people, which kind of sucks, not going to lie. Well, let's go for another archaeological museum here. Looks like I have the option to train another spy. That's good news. Oh, nice. Campus is done in Ballarat. So we're going to build that library. And yeah, let's go for the factory in Rockhampton. Now, hang on. Bonus extends to each city center within 10 tiles. Okay, yeah, this is going to help with production. If I continue building this industrial zone, this is going to help with production in the area. I will admit, this is something that I am just learning about in this series of Civ 6. I've steadily been building my experience. I haven't actually had as much time over the past few months to play Civ 6 off of YouTube, so you're watching me learn the stuff about the game. And one of the things that I'm really picking up on now, it's not that I didn't know this, but I have a more concrete knowledge of it now. The bonuses, like the entertainment district and the industrial zone here, that are a result of certain buildings, like the zoo and like the power plant here. I was really not paying enough attention to that, but now I will have my other cities' placement in mind when it comes to placing these zones in the future. So that's going to make me a better player going forward. I'm excited about that. All right, so this builder needs to come over here. Well, actually, let's go there first, build that outback station. Done. 1 turn. Easy. If we can just get these cities nice and productive, of anything, military units or not, we should be able to stage a pretty effective surprise war against Pedro. It's not my focus at the moment, to be completely honest, but it's still good to know that it's possible. Yeah, we should probably go for the shipyard here. Bonus production equal to the adjacency bonus of the Harbor District. And the Harbor District has what adjacency bonus? +1. Okay, so is it +1 production and the bonus? I don't know. Let's go for that. Another outback station there. Perfect. That'll definitely help with production and food. Okay, good. Now let's go ahead and gain sources first and foremost in Porto Alegre. We need to keep an eye on this city. Now that that spy's there, we've got complete eyeballs on this entire area. It's awesome. Look at all these stone heads he's built. Interesting. It's crazy that it has so many. It's 1863, dude. That's some antiquated looking... Remove your spies at once. Ignore this request. Okay, so it looks like our... Ooh, we have a spy captured trying to steal tech. That sucks. Let's see what he would be willing to do. He want a big surprise. He wants pearls. Interesting. Interesting. This I could do. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this. He's actually going to give me a little bit of money, and I just need to trade for 30 turns with him. I'm not a huge fan of giving Russia more power, but we need that spy back. Period. So what I might do is keep that spy home and have them do some counter-spying to level up for a little bit. We're going to bring you over here, build more outback stations for those adjacency bonuses, and also I've got this spy down here. Yep. You are going to just be in Canberra. And we're going to counter-spy. Where did we decide the best place to counter-spy was? I think just the center city, right? I'll put him in the industrial zone because it still protects the center city, but there's nothing else. Yeah, let's do that. And next turn. Go. We are way behind in culture points. Which is crazy, because again, I think I've been trying to build like archaeological museums, and it looks like out. Oh man, Russia's not happy. So Russia is gearing up to potentially declare war on me, which I find funny. But he's been denouncing me for that for most of the game, so who knows. How's this going over here? Damietta. That doesn't sound like a Russian city name. Are you at war with Russia? No, India's not at war with Russia, but probably will be soon. Everyone hates Gandhi. That's not a stance that you want to have, world. I'm just warning you. It's something you might want to avoid. All the Gandhi hate. All right. Bolshoi Theater. I do like the idea of having this for the extra great writer and great musician points. I guess what I'll do is I'll put it here. That does mean Newcastle's going to grow a lot more slowly, which kind of sucks. Or maybe I could build it elsewhere. Maybe there's another city that has a better spot for it. Maybe that's the best approach. I do need to build another spaceport, and Newcastle's a prime target for that. Yep, you know what? Let's work on that. Let's go ahead and get a spaceport started in Newcastle. Also, are you on production focus? No, you're not. Alright, that didn't help you that much, but let's keep you there anyway. Now let's continue with the science focus in Ballarat, now that we have that campus set up. This campus is 3 turns away, good to know. Now this trader probably just needs to bring in science and gold, or gold and production. I think gold and production is going to be... I know I sound like a broken record, but that just sounds like the most ideal route. Ooh, Curitiba is a pretty nice production boost, while also providing a lot of gold and faith. Yeah, let's do that. You're going to trade with that city. And trading with Pedro will help improve relations. I am not really inclined to war with him at the moment. That spaceport is pretty close to being built.
Untutored courage is useless in the face of educated bullets.
Yeah, and George Patton didn't know that course-correcting bullets would be a thing in the 21st century, but unfortunately, they are. Google it. Yes, bullets that can change direction in the air. Fun times. All right, so let's see here. There's still 77 turns on that monument. I mean, there's really nothing that's going to help this city build faster, not even production focus, because there's no production tiles nearby. It really kind of sucks. All right, let's get that Outback station built. And then you, I guess, I mean, these, I can go for the extra pearls. I mean, just to have the tradables. That's not the worst thing, because the AI has indicated it really, really likes those pearls. So I can get what I need. All right, 4 turns, and there should not be any more issues, amenity-wise, on or near the main continent. Okay, good. We're done with the library, or the campus here. Let's go ahead and get the library built. And then you... Ooh, Seaside Resort. That would help with culture. Yeah, go down there and build a Seaside Resort. It's going to take you a few turns to get there, but that's fine by me. Improve those pearls. Again, we extend our hand, but this time in friendship, will you accept it? We're happy to let the world know we stand united as friends. All right, so we're no longer allied with Germany, but we're still declared friends, and we're declared friends with Gandhi. So this is an interesting series in that there really hasn't been a whole lot of war aside from the one war we fought with Pedro. It's been much more diplomacy oriented. Tell you what, you come back here, and we need to improve. We need to get an Outback station in the middle of that. That's going to be important. All right, now, yep, let's get our Seaside Resort built. Magical. Bring some tourism in. Thank you. Looks like there's some jade there as well that will be within our territory before too long, which is quite nice. Arabia's built a barracks in Kumasi. Okay, their spaceport is done, and they are definitely building. So we're going to have to sabotage the hell out of that. Let's see if we can go ahead and look at their victory progress. Oh, no, Russia's actually got a spaceport now. Crap. All right, we have to keep an eye on that, too. That's not a surprise, Russia being the hegemonic power that it is. Where's their spaceport? That's the question. I'm not 100% that I'll be able to tell by looking like this. Oh, wait, nope. It's in Takamatsu. They're building it in an old Japanese city, of all places. So we could declare war on Russia, liberate Takamatsu. Because it's just that easy, right? It's that simple. All right, we need spies. We need lots of spies. So let's go ahead and order that spy in Brisbane. Need to stop Russia as much as possible. This is going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a challenge to win this game. The main thing will be keeping Russia and Pedro down in their science game. And Russia's already climbing ahead of us. We are still 18 turns away from our first spaceport. Okay, so the zoo is done in Brisbane, and we still have amenity issues. What a slap in the face. We still have amenity issues. Holy crap. All right. So we're going to have to go for wonders that maybe help with that. Speaking of wonders, what did we just lose? Hagia Sophia, that's fine. That wasn't one that I was going for. Because we don't have a religion, and that's mainly a religious wonder. We're closing in on turn 500, believe it or not. Less than 20 episodes into the series. Just goes to show how quickly the game can go by when you have a next turn button set up. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for university. We need to catch up on science as quickly as possible. And this power plant could also help production-wise. Yeah, let's go ahead and build that. It's only going to take 19 turns. If I can't put Ballarat on production focus, because that'll actually kill a population in 8 turns, which would be... that would be bad. Don't want that. Outback Station. Beautiful. Alright, so that has been done. We have an entertainment complex right here as well that I'd forgotten about. So technically, we should totally be able to build... Hang on. We should be able to build things that make amenities go away. I've got 2 entertainment complexes smack dab in the middle of Australia, and I still have amenity issues. Come on. I wonder how much of the general amenity issue is due to difficulty. I think one of the main problems is just that because we're playing on the world map, all of the luxury resources are in like predetermined locations, and they're not spawned using the same algorithms. And so maybe, just maybe, certain civilizations are at a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to the amount of luxury resources they can reasonably procure, and you get this situation. Maybe. I don't know for sure, but that's a possibility. Adelaide, you could use... a broadcast center would be good for culture, absolutely. Power plant would be good for production. Let's go with the power plant first, just because that's going to help with... Well, wait, where's the... Well, no, it's actually only going to help Newcastle, but that's not the worst thing because we're building a spaceport, so that's actually going to help Newcastle build that faster on account of that power plant being done. No complaints there. Right, let's finish going through this turn. Any more that you can do? You've got 2 build charges left. Got some oil off the coast. I don't think we can improve that just yet. It requires plastics. We don't have plastics. But tell you what, we're 27 minutes into this episode. Not a lot going on in this one, I know, but it's just we're so focused on catching up to some of these other civs, and also getting spies built to where we can take down Russia's space program before they run away with this game. Brazil is starting theirs. Russia is very close to finishing theirs. To tell you the truth, I might have to reassign a spy in order to stop that, because they are definitely on the way towards building the Earth satellite. Looks like they've already researched satellites, and they've researched robotics. They still have a lot to do otherwise, but a lot of their research is done. So it's just a matter of them doing projects, which means it's a matter of me using my spies. And we are not in as good of a position with spies as we were in 8 Ages of Rome. So, not looking good, but we're going to do what we can. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New historical and grand strategy videos air every single day at noon Eastern Time. Right now, every other day at noon Eastern Time, because we're on half schedule. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.